Hey everyone, this is Cindy, and I want to show you this traveler's notebook insert I just made. It's the first one I've made, and I must say I really enjoyed making it. I was digging through some of my old scrapbook paper, and I found some traveling themed old scrapbook paper. I thought, well, here's my chance to make a traveler's notebook insert out of it. So that's what I did. I have three things to talk about on the cover. One is this bookmark. Is basically what I wanted it to be. I made it for another project, that's why it's so long, but I didn't cut it off. I thought whoever gets this, you know, they don't like the link, they can cut it off. Or it can be completely removed if you want, and I'll show you when we get to the center of the signature how to remove it. So anyway, that's on here, and then I had this cluster to just decorate with. And then I've just enclosed it with this vintage steam binding, and I know it's vintage because the whole package costs 25 cents. The cover is made out of double-sided scrapbook paper, and I just folded it up and made a roomy pocket in the front and in the back, and just put a tag in there. This is coffee dyed paper, and this is the end page from a book. Here's some more scrapbook paper, and I just made a pocket out of scraps of scrapbook paper. And this is just a sheet from a notebook that I folded to look like an envelope. Put in there. This pocket made out of scrapbook paper, and so is the tag. It's an old dictionary page, and here is some of that old scrapbook paper I found. It looks like an atlas page, but it's really scrapbook paper. And I decorated it with this banner, and I've seen these quite a bit on YouTube. And I just made a nice big one, and I decorated it with the cluster at the top. And then on the back, I just put some blank paper on the back so it can be used as a kind of like a little hidden journaling spot. And then it's just put in place with this decorated paper clip. This is a page from an old planner, coffee dyed paper, some more scrapbooking paper for the pocket and for this tag. And here is a double tuck spot. It's just made out of scrapbooking paper. And this is just a printable from my digital kit, old newspaper ads, and I just printed it on the back of some paper that had some coffee dyed lines printed on there. This is just a tag made out of a book page and dictionary page and some washi. All right, on this page I have an experiment. This is a puzzle piece, and it's from a larger kids puzzle. And I originally bought it to be the base. Well, I'm not sure why I originally bought it, but I decided later on that I would use it for the base of a cluster. But then it was just really too thick, so I thought, what can I do with these? So I decided just to paint this one and add little bits and pieces that are on my desk. And I made, like a little cluster on it, and then just glued it on the page to be a tuck spot. And it's really nice and sturdy, and it just adds a little interest. So that's my experiment to see how well that does. And this is a journaling card just made out of a piece of scrapbook paper that's white on the inside, and I just stenciled, to take off the white a little bit. And then it's just closed with this little circle that's got a collage on it, and then there's a collage on the flap. So that just tucks right in there. And I glued this piece on wallpaper because I thought I want to include this real pretty wallpaper. But you know how wallpaper is, it has a tendency to roll. So I did several things to kind of counterbalance that. One was to put this heavy tuck spot on the corner. And then on this side, I folded it over and made a tuck. And I sewed it there to kind of hold it flattened out. And then I added the lace to it. And then I put this larger tag in there, so that just kind of helps hold it out too. So anyway, just doing different things to kind of work with that wallpaper. And then just got this paper clip to hold that all in place. All right, ledger paper. This is some vintage music paper and a vintage sheet from the 40s shorthand book. And this is just a little piece of scrapbook paper with a little tuck in it and some tickets. All right, here's the center of the signature. And here is that bookmark that I just tied it to the signature, the binding string, and it's just a 1 knot, so it should be easy to take out if you want to remove this or move it or whatever you want to do. So that's how that's attached. And then I've got 2 pockets here, and each one of them has a different cluster, and then I got 2 tags here in the center of the signature. And then looking at the back side, we've got the music paper and the shorthand paper and the ledger paper. And here's the other side of the wallpaper, and I just put the lace and the sewing on there as well. And then this is just a little booklet I made, and there are several people on YouTube making these. It's just a book page folded over with blank papers glued in the center and the back, and then just some sort of decoration on the front. Makes a little journaling booklet. And here's some scrapbook paper with a pocket and a piece of scrapbook paper for a tag. And here is a double tuck spot here, and this is actually made out of some double scrapbook paper. It's just been folded up, and I stitched it on the side, rounded the corners, and just made a double tuck out of it. And this is the same scrapbook paper that's on the cover. There's a dictionary page, and this is a double pocket made out of a book page, and this is just some scrapbook paper made into two little tags. Here is another pocket made out of scrapbook paper, and a tag with a piece of fabric is the tab. And here's the back side of that end page, copy dyed paper, and then that's the back cover with that Vermeer pocket and a tag. So anyway, this is Traveler's Notebook insert, and it's going for sale in my Etsy shop, Books by Burke. So I thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later.